Welcome back. So we just got our extension installed and we have set up the account. So the Vectis controller now actually directly use this extension in the Vectis dashboard. So now you can connect to the Vectis browser extension similar to before, all the networks, permission, etc. And here are the wallets that we just created. So if you look into each of the, click on each of the wallets, there will be some useful information where you have sort of a summary of your Guardian threshold, etc., all the transactions that's happened, and also your balance. Here on this button, we have a management button. So as the controller, Vectis controller, you could update the account name. You could also rotate the guardians. So for example, let's say once in a while, just for safety reasons, you rotate the keys. There's actually a 24 hours wait between you requesting to rotate it until it does happen. This is because we don't want someone who has access directly to your Vectis controller account, say you've lost your device, to remove the guardians immediately and preventing them from protecting you. So this is part of the features. If you didn't have a multisig before, you could make a new multisig. If you had a multisig before, it doesn't really matter. You could just remove the multisig. And then we also have sort of a message builder. So this is more of a developer's feature where you could enter your JSON format of the message here, and then it will execute directly through your smart contract wallet. Okay, so we mentioned about the plugin. So let's go ahead to the plugins section. Currently on Neutron, we have one plugin installed, which is Cronkitty. So Cronkitty is a wrapper around Croncat. Croncat is a infrastructure that allows for transaction automation without really like trusting someone with a, say, off-chain signature. You basically send your task at there and you pay for the agents to execute it. This is a good example of how a plugin could actually enhance the usage of a dApp. I think Croncat is extremely cool, so obviously if you don't know them, check them out. On top of what Croncat already offers, the Cronkitty wrapper basically is a fine-grained permission wrapper that allows your proxy, your smart contract wallet, you're giving authorization for Cronkitty to execute through your smart contract wallet. So for example, auto refill is a very useful feature to refill the task on Croncat. Self-custody is also a very useful feature because, for example, if you want Croncat to help you pay, a subscription fee for the next 10 months, if you go directly on Croncat, Croncat of course needs to make sure that you have already given them like 10 payments in advance, and then they would execute it. But here, basically, you're allowing your asset to stay inside your smart contract wallet, and then allowing Cronkitty to call execution if Cronkitty has checked that it is from the Croncat smart contract and that it is something that you have set. Also, send the origin, same thing. You don't need to alert the dApps that you're using an automation. So from the dApps perspective, it doesn't matter if it's a human who's clicking a button behind or if it's Croncat calling Cronkitty calling the smart contract wallet. Same thing. So let's install this, and then we could go ahead and take you to the game. So installing this is pretty simple. The extension that we had just installed takes the transaction, and then it will be installed. So you can actually go ahead and see that this has been registered, and then you have now got a plugin that is Cronkitty.